Welcome to the Spotlight series, and what we're going to look at this time is the movement called the double leg stretch, and we're also going to be looking at a movement called the seal, which is a progression on the rolling back. So if you're not seeing the rolling back, have a look at that one maybe first. But with the double leg stretch, what we have is a movement that's kind of built around the idea of the 100 as a movement. So I'm going to go down to the mat, and in the double leg stretch, there's actually not a traditional stretch that we think of today. The word stretch, for Joseph Pilates' time, was often about reaching out. So we're going to work on that side of it, and we're going to give you two choices here today. One is going to focus on just the upper body challenge, and then we're going to bring in one leg challenge to the movement, a little bit coordination. So with the arms up to the ceiling, I'm just going to help you set that up. You've got your neutral in place, you've got your control of that center. Remember, take those few moments to do all your setup, don't just rush into any movement. But here, shoulders peel off the floor and gravity lets them drop. Peel off the floor, gravity lets them drop, and then set up that soft V sensation in the scapula. So they're going down the back, not pinning them to the mat, but connecting them down towards the back pockets here. In this position now, we're going to bring the arms to the ceiling again. And with the control, you're going to start to circle the arms out, behind and out. Now this is all about controlling the spine alignment, but the challenge with the weight of the arms as they move is coming from the upper body. So this is the area you might feel starts to want to pop up. That means you're overusing these back muscles here or not controlling the center. Either way, we're losing alignment. So as you start to do the circle, find the range that you can achieve where you can control the trunk, the center is well centered, is well connected, the glass of water still balancing on the tummy, and build the circle bigger and bigger, up to 5 to 10 times with the arms using the challenge. Now with that challenge in place, you know that you're working well with the center. If there's no movement, we're going to add one leg. We're going to do the single leg, and with time you can add a second leg to this, but for the moment, for the coordination and the challenge, one hand to the hands to the knee. As we take the leg out, the arms go around. We're adding challenge from the weight of the legs and the arms as time come around and back in. So it's coordination as well. As I do the movement, no rolling in the pelvis, no losing the focus in the center, breathing in as you come in. So that would be a variation on developing this double leg stretch, getting ready for the future where we'll bring in a second leg. From here, we're going to move to the seal. So that when we do movements which are about stability and control of the center and spine alignment, building strength from the inside out as always, we also like to have some mobility work there. So depending on your back, you might find that the rolling movements are very effective for your spine, don't cause you any extra distress and overwork of those back muscles. But the rolling movement itself, as a prerequisite for doing this one, is done with a nice controlled leg position. Here, what I'm going to ask you to do is reach inside your legs, hands to the front of the foot here, and you're going to bring those legs in and off the floor, setting yourself up, and those shoulders are going to connect down the back. So it's a feeling of lifting out of the pelvis, not crunching in. If you can't lift out of this crunch, then you're not ready for this version of the movement yet. So you stay with your rolling back movement. Working through, and we're working on your upper body and your spine and other movements. Here, we're going to open from the hip. So I press into the legs press to the hands, open, and there's a stretch in these muscles here, the adductor muscles. So we're going to open the pelvis, 1, 2, and then roll. So I'll turn sideways to do that. So we're going to move into the roll. So nice and tall. We're still going to do our opening of the thigh muscles. We're going to open 1, 2, tuck the tailbone under, roll back, breathing out to come back up into the balance. Try not to have the feet touch the floor like I just did. Nice and tall, open, close. One more, roll through, bring the control to the movement, nice and tall, open, open. And that would be your seal. All the time thinking about the shoulders being down the back. Now when you're working with these movements, you can sometimes use the preparation themselves as a tool to train the body. And then once you add in the movement, you're working with the quality. So whether you're working with your double leg stretch and in time developing to 2 legs, or working with the rolling back, developing into the seal, all the time you've got to remember your principles. Control, precision, center, breath, concentration as always.